Test, 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 test. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How you doing? We got the annual Russian checkers tournament here on redrafts.org. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, it's a 6-hour tournament. Hopefully we can try to make it through the whole thing. I got my energy drink. Okay. Got like my creatine. And guarana. Yeah, we're gonna be playing some Russian checkers. Now, if you don't know how to play Russian checkers, you're in for a treat. It's so far my absolute favorite checkers variant. Like, Brazilian and international checkers are interesting, but there's just something about the Russian checkers rules that just feels like chef's kiss, you know? Whoopsie. Okay, let's make sure we got the webcam on. Okay, and then I'm going to display. I got the webcam. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what we got going on the vertical live stream. Okay, so. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. Good to go. Okay, yeah, if you want to join, we're playing Russian Checkers Yearly Russian Arena starting in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So we're going to get going pretty soon. And I hope you enjoy the stream. Hope you enjoy the games. Good luck. Have fun. Okay, we're good to go. Drafts is too flat for me, says Heindoner. It's flat? I mean, yeah, the pieces are flat. I mean, not wrong. Everybody who thinks that checkers or drafts is too simple, well, I'd like them to see them compete at the top level, because it's a lot of ego, isn't it? You think just because the game seems simple that makes it simple, and it's like you're basically assuming that just because you have knowledge in chess, first of all, you think that you're like this amazing chess player, but also you're assuming that just because chess has like linguistic robustness, that means it's more like meaningful somehow. Checkers is harder to talk about. It's like, I mean, there are checkers books and stuff, but you can talk about chess in ways that you can't really talk about in checkers. And so I think people mistake that like kind of like linguistic diversity and like complexity as like more meaningful, or that because certain variants of drafts or checkers, certain variants of checkers are already solved, but you have to understand that they're solved with a computer engine with databases of like endgame databases and table bases. Hey Logan, how you doing? You have to understand that they're only solved with perfect play, which humans can't do. And even if chess were solved, we'd still play chess. Just like how weightlifting is solved, but people still weightlift, you know, like it's pretty simple. It's just physical leverage, you know, like it's not like a rocket science. You just have to train your body to do it. Just because it's solved doesn't mean we shouldn't do it.
7, 6, 5.
All right, here we go.
4,
You guys ready?
2, 1.
What's up? Hey,
0.
Fonzie. How you doing? We're playing some Russian checkers. Now, this is an interesting format. Basically, this format starts with random openings, which I think is useful because it takes all the opening prep out of the game. And now we're playing pure checkers because we don't have to worry about like, oh, did I play an opening that's going to get like refuted like immediately? Like, no, all these openings are good openings. And so we know that like we just have to focus purely on calculation. Who is the better checkers player? So after 6-9, I might want to change my settings. I don't know, I kind of like using the numbers, but in Russian checkers, you usually use like the algebraic notation, but it's fine for now. So this is compelled, but do I actually want to allow the double capture? No, because I won't be able to do a crazy capture like that. If I allow the double capture here, yeah, there's no. How about I allow the recapture over here? Let's also, let me fix the settings. The coordinates are algebraic. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's switch to algebraic notation. So after G5, H4, okay. Yeah, see, it's easier because of chess. Like, I'm used to algebraic notation. So, okay. I gotta pace myself because this is a long tournament. And I'm also trying to get used to streaming longer hours again because mostly, especially like the past few streams, I've only been streaming like maybe 1 or 2 hours at a time. So we're gonna try to do this full 6-hour tournament. It's only once a year. It's only once a year. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pace myself. Okay. And remember, in Russian checkers, you can capture backwards, and the kings are flying, and you don't have compelled capture of the longest, like in Brazilian and international. So in Brazilian international, if you have a choice between 2 different captures, so because of reverse capture, this doesn't really work for white. So this compels that. Yeah, how about we go here and then bring this stone over here. Maybe I did weaken my right side. My double side. My single side, usually you want to move your single side into the center to attack to attack your opponent's double side, double corner. My single corner, it's much harder to attack. The double corner is more vulnerable because it has 2 entry points, whereas the single corner, you know, just like its namesake, only has 1 entry point. And so you want to bring your stones from the single corner to attack your opponent's double corner. That's like generally the idea of any checkers variant, just because the board necessitates it by reality. So it's like, it's one of those things. Now in Brazilian international checkers, when you have a choice of captures, you have to take the one with the most captures, and a king is worth more than a regular piece. So when you can capture 2 stones or 2 stones and a king, then you have to take the 2 stones and the king. In Russian checkers, you do not have to do that. You can take the one that will give you the best position. So it's a very different tactical mindset because you're thinking more candidate moves and you're less locked into pure tactics. I think Brazilian International is an amazing variant because it trains like extreme tactical mindsets, but I also think that it does kind of lock you into that. Whereas with Russian checkers, you have a lot more, you know, variables, which to me feels a lot more like chess compared to like international checkers. Where it feels like pure calculation. Okay, so if we go here, yeah, I think I'm gonna just not allow that capture. Okay, we're waiting for that caffeine to hit. I got like basically a full energy drink, like 220 milligrams of caffeine ready to kick in from guarana. Okay, so yeah, we're ready to go high octane today. Okay, we got a 6-hour stream ahead of us. Nice slow burning fuel going on. Okay, so now if I go here, okay, maybe. So now if I go here, you have to go here. And then yeah, on A3, I don't really have time for this. Let's just play defensively. Okay, playing some shashki. You guys want to play some shashki? Russian checkers. Now, I am not very good. I am not very good at all. My rating is still, first of all, my rating has still got a question mark on it. I've been playing a bunch of games and yet it still has a question mark. I don't know how many I have to play rated before. Maybe it's because I've been playing a lot of games. So maybe it's actually because I've been playing higher rated opponents. And maybe it doesn't count towards your provisional rating. That's the only thing I can think of. Because I've been playing a ton of Russian checkers. Like a ton. Okay, so let's force this capture. Okay, I got a strong position here, but I only got 27 seconds. So that's kind of the catch here. So this stone, this square is defended. This square is defended. So here, let's start bringing in this last home row, king row, the single corner, the A1 stone here. I call them stones. Some people call them pieces. Some people call them men. They're stones. Like I'm placing stones. They're like golems. I like that idea. Ooh, I'm gonna get a king. Nice. Yeah, that was a blunder here. Or yeah, that one was a blunder. It was bing, bang, boom. And I'm gonna get a king. And the kings are flying, so they're like bishops. They handle the whole board. And they land on any square after the capture, not just the one right after it. So you can capture like the whole board in like one move if you have the right setup. But I only got 18 seconds. Oh, okay, so let's go here. So now that prevents this move, that's pinned. This is threatened to be captured no matter what. Oh, unless you go here. Oh, and then if you go here, I'm gonna get a second king. I'm winning here, but I only got 15 seconds. Okay, oh, never mind, that loses a king. Oh, no, it doesn't. Yeah, okay. Let's just get my king involved. This is completely winning. But I still got to play carefully. I can't just play willy-nilly here. Okay, so this is winning 100%. Okay, yeah, and then any of these moves loses for black. Okay. Our first game of the tournament and we win. Let's go. Let's go. My camera is a little too big. I think I'm covering part of the screen. Let me fix that. On the full screen. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Yeah, we win the first game of the tournament. Isn't that crazy? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Streaming on leadrafts.org. Did I forget to change the stream title? Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Get some hydration. Let's go. Stay hydrated so you can win at checkers. Let's go. Okay, let's see. This is going to be a different opening. Oh, and they're berserking. Okay, well. Oh, it's black to move. Yeah. Oh no, oh, I gotta capture. Okay. I'm like trying to look at the position really quick. I think it's good to look at the position before you make your move. Hey, what's up, Timo? How you doing? How you doing, Timoy? Timoy, you ready for some shashki, my friend? How you doing? My brother, let's play some shashki. Shashki. Let's go. Okay, let me bring out my stones from the single corner this time. Okay, because last time I was playing my double corner early. We're blowing out our double corner way too early. Getting our double corner blown out. Okay, like we're not doing that. Okay, this time we're playing our single corner. Okay, I am telling you. I need to actually play correctly. I'm telling you. Okay, do not play here. This would be a blunder because that would make a king. And that would be a no-no. That would be a no-no. We gotta play our corner. Now, if I wanted to position this stone over here on e5, I eventually can by moving c3d4. Okay, so this would give some either some kind of trade of the e3 stone, either of these two, the g5 or the c5. So if I play e3 d4, c takes or g takes e3. So if c takes e3, f takes d4, b2, and then a1 takes c3. That would be bad. Okay, so I don't want to allow that because the alternative would be better for me, but black would not play that. So wait a minute, what am I thinking? No, that would not be what am I thinking? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, after captures. No, that would be me capturing. What, am I stupid? Okay. Okay, this would not be good because I would just lose a stone for no reason. I think I do need to reposition this black stone over here. Or, how about we just play defensively? Yeah. Let's play h2, g3. Okay, here we go. And I think I can actually get a stone over on e5, so let's play h2 first. And let's compel capture. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie. Okay, so now we're gonna get a king. Maybe I meant this all along. Yeah, here we go. Oh! Yeah, I gotta capture here first. Okay, there we go. Yeah, maybe I meant that all along. Maybe I meant that all along. Okay, let's go. Okay, well this is just gonna be a single capture. Let's make the choice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's bad for me. I am 100% lost here. 100,000,000%. I'm telling you. Okay. Well, you know, we lost the first game. We won the first game. We lost the second game. I think that's pretty fair. Okay. I lost a game of checkers. I lost. Now I must offer flowers. Because of my condolences. Rebecca, we're watching you. We're looking for you to make one misstep. We're watching you. We're watching. We're waiting for you to make one mistake, and then we will capture all your pieces. You know, they're playing right into my hand here. Like they say they're watching me like that's some kind of own. Like I've been wanting people to watch me. I'm a live streamer. Like, come on. Are they dumb? They're like, oh, it's some kind of own that we're watching your stream. Like, what? We're watching your every move. One miscalculation, and your life is over. Not really, but okay. Okay, bestie. Not really, but okay, bestie. Okay. I think this capture is this capture. Either way, yeah, let's get rid of the double corner here. Okay. Go Hyperbullet. We're playing the yearly tournament. It's a 5-0. What's up, Cornel? Who? How you doing? Cornelius? 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 Where are you, Cornelius? What have you done, Cornelius? Why would you do this to me, Cornelius? Okay, let's just get a structure here on the single corner. On the corner. Okay, unfortunately I got rid of the king square. When you lose, if you want, you can vent on me. Okay, I will vent on you. Sorry, I had a lot of beans and asparagus. Okay. Hyperbolic and Berserk, so like I would go like with like what 7.5 seconds or, or like what? Oh no! Look, a king. Oh no! Oh no! This is not chess, this is Russian checkers. There's a difference. There's a difference. I am losing, so unless Zing 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 loses on time because they berserked like a damn fool, or somehow like just blunders because of the time pressure, then I am losing here. I'm down 2 stones. And now I'm down 3. Okay, yeah, this is bad. This is bad. Very, very bad. Tell me all the mean things you want. Because I'm a little meanie. I am so mean. I am... Ooh, I'm so mean. I'm gonna be mad. That makes me so mad I'm gonna have to eat a banana. By the way, did you guys know that you actually have to hold the... You've been holding the banana wrong this whole time? The whole time? Okay, so you see the stem? Everybody opens it by this. But this is actually a handle. Did you guys know that? You actually open it by the bananas. You understand? The one that nobody wants to eat, that's the part that you pinch and it opens. Did you guys know that? Did I just blow your mind? I just ate the bananas. Oh, Hyper Bullet's 30 seconds. Okay. Never mind. I was thinking of Ultra Bullet. Ultra Bullet's 15 seconds. Not Hyper Bullet. Ultra Bullet. Okay, well... So basically, we're trying to force a situation where I'm going to have tactical plans. And it's hard to do because it's really hard to visualize in checkers. Because you're trying to look like not just 1 or 2 moves away, you're trying to look like for positional ideas, like long term. How to get a position where you're going to have tactical plans. It's extremely hard to calculate, and most people really do not understand the complexity, and they diminish checkers to some kind of like, oh, it's a children's game. Like, dude, this game is so tactically insane. Like, you have no idea. This is way, because there's so many forced moves, it becomes a game of almost pure tactics, and that's like extreme. But you're thinking like, sometimes like, you're not trying to like punish the moment, you're trying to punish the future. And it's kind of crazy. Okay, so sometimes you gotta make like little trades and you can compel positions. So either let's move backwards. Oh no, first actually, yeah, there we go. And then there. Becomes kind of robotic. Oh. Well, you know, if you're the world champion, then maybe Hyper Bullet's for you, but I'm glad that you've been playing since 6. Maybe you can give me some advice. Yeah, some people just don't really enjoy things, and that's okay. So if you play what you enjoy. If you prefer playing Hyper Bullet because it's more stimulating for you. Don't ever feel shamed about it. Some people will shame you. They'll be like, oh, you're not really like playing it correctly. Okay, so I am setting up like a huge threat here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, let me just start playing here. I think what's the best move here? Oh, finally, I'm not provisional anymore. I'm 1004 rated now, and it's no longer a question mark. Finally! I don't know how many games I played. Like, let's see. Russian, 60 games. Played 60 games. Okay, so I think just allowing that's fine. Yeah. Let's just play the waiting move. Okay, so this is kind of puzzle. You know, okay, here. Oh, okay. But I'm gonna get a king. Oh no, not if you continue this threat. But either way, I get 2 stones or I get a king. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I had to sacrifice in order to prevent the king. Okay, so this, I think, is a... Oh no! It's a draw. Because you moved 3 times on the long diagonal. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. I can't just infinitely try to win here. I forgot that you can go for a draw if you get the long diagonal as a king. Okay. I forgot about that. I was thinking I had a win here, but it takes too many moves. So white can force a draw here. Okay, interesting. I am 10th place right now. There's some people doing crazy streaks here, so I don't think I'm gonna get first. I think the 2040 is probably gonna get first. Okay, so there we start with an opening where H2 is a thing. So, I think coming back here. Okay, yeah, let's force this capture. And then, okay, yeah, this decides the flow of the game here. I do have a stone on my double corner exposed, a square on my double corner exposed. Let's push for A5 early in this situation. Okay, now let's go A3, B4. Okay, and I kind of allow one of these captures. Or get the double capture, so a double rainbow all the way. Let's just, oh, I gotta capture one way or another. One way. Oh, I have to, yeah, the double capture. The double rainbow. Oh, that's unfortunate. I am a bit tactically challenged when it comes to Shashki, so please forgive me for my noobery. But we got 5.5 more hours, so this is going to be a nice marathon today. Get some pattern recognition going on. Opting for the center control here. I am down 3 pieces though. Sometimes I say pieces, sometimes I say stones. Okay, well, I'm just gonna lose, so let's just play it out. Whoops. Oh, I gotta be approved by moderators. I think that's yeah, you have to do an @ symbol. Do I have that on my streamer title? Needdrafts.org. Okay. Yeah, I think it has to be approved. Invalid? I think you have to do that one. Yeah. Invalid YouTube channel? Channel ID. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Okay, back to the tournament. Let's go. Okay, so we got Interesting opening here. I gotta look at the ideas real quick. Let's go here. Destino. Okay. Allowing the capture. And then let's bring this back. Okay, there we go. And yeah, let's just kind of take this side. Start moving in the single corner. Or moving out the single corner. Okay, we got this structure. So now if you move to compel the capture, it's I think you can. Whoopsie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is losing for black. Keep my pieces together. But now it's completely losing here. Yikes. I gotta be right back. Markintosh. Yeah, you like the new setup? Look at my new room. Let's go. You like my new room? I moved out, Markintosh. Let's go. Welcome. Yeah, things have been really good. Things have been really good. Hey, what's up, internal? Yes, I moved. Let's go do some squats. I don't even know how many I did. Have you been counting? No, my dad doesn't live with me anymore. I don't have to see him ever again. Yeah, I don't have to see him ever again. I moved and I'm permanently moved and I'm permanently supported. I have, I'm working with an agency that gives me many protections, particularly with housing. And it's still hard to adjust to the new reality. Yeah, my dad is, officially, I don't care what happens to him anymore. He's going to live his own life. He's going to shit himself. He's going to throw up on the floor and fall asleep on the floor. Who cares? I don't care anymore. His drunken bullshit is over. In my life, at least. And so I get to move on to bigger and better things. I have nothing but up. And this is my new baseline. This is my new baseline. I also, I did a, let me just show you. I'm a little out of breath from, sometimes I get some naughty thumbnails, saying bad words and stuff, unfortunately, because of the YouTube algorithm. Sometimes it throws really things I don't want to see, but luckily I don't think there were. I can show you, I did a stream the other day in the backyard. So let's, which one was it? Let's, I think it's this one.
I'm teasing you, cat lover.
Yeah, so, I got this beautiful backyard. Yeah, we even have like a landscaper every week. Okay. And sometimes we have a house cleaner. I'm in that kind of situation. This is new to me. Okay. This is pretty new. This is a huge life upgrade. Like I have protection. There are some responsibilities, but everybody has responsibilities. My responsibilities are extremely minimal. Extremely minimal. I have so much freedom. Like, because I'm so high functioning, I don't need a whole bunch of support. I just need housing and some, like basic, like kind of support, like people making sure I do stuff. I did my laundry last night and I folded all of it. So it's like, I'm still trying to learn basic habits. Like I got to check my blood sugar 3 times a day. I got to brush and floss and brush. Those are things that I'm trying to build, but I'm actually starting to build things now. Whereas in the past, everything was pretty much done on arrival. Like everything failed. Everything in my life was just stuck in that trailer, and my dad would bring me down, and nothing I did would ever have any momentum. And now I actually see momentum building. It's only been a month. Okay, like I got this beautiful house, beautiful backyard. I got lots of opportunities here. I got a lot of support. I'm really crossing my fingers that I, can live here for a long time, but which is pretty much the assumption should be success, because they set up things in a way where they try to maximize success as much as possible before they even move me. So they already did a whole bunch of preparation and interviews and all such a stuff before I even moved in with the homeowner. And so everything was already kind of like, the homeowner already knew about me and my needs and my lifestyle. So they want to minimize problems. Yeah, change is always hard. It does. It takes a while to adjust, but it's going to be so good for you. Yeah, thank you, Markintosh. I'm so glad to be here finally. And I'm so glad to share it with you and all my viewers. People are still trickling in, discovering that I finally moved. It's been 7 years in the making. Technically, it's been 12 years. And even more technically, it's been 20 years. And if you want to be super technical, it's been 38 years. Okay, so since I've been actively pursuing help, it's been 7 years. Since I've been an adult, it's been 20 years. Since I've been alive, it's been 38 years. The 3 different levels of lack of agency and lack of freedom. And I finally have, it's just flipped overnight. Like a light switch. Okay, like it's just over after all these years of like deliberation. It's just suddenly worked. No, I'm 38. I was born in 88 and now it's 2026. So yeah, I'm kind of an old lady, but it's okay. It's okay. In fact, there's people twice my age just now starting their modeling career. I know a lot of people have a lot of delusions, but I think a lot of it is ego. And they think the only reason they're not succeeding is because of their age. And instead of actually doing the hard work to succeed at things, they just chalk it up to age. They're like, oh, I'm too old. That's why I'm failing. I'm like, no, you're failing because you're not doing the right things. And I'm at least honest enough with myself to know that. I know that I'm not succeeding the way I want to, but I'm not deluding myself into thinking it's because I'm 38. Because there's so many other factors at play before you even consider your age. And you see people twice my age doing the same things I want to do and succeeding. So there's really no excuse. I see people who are 80 years old deadlifting like 200 plus pounds in the gym. Okay, like I am not too old. Yeah, everyone thinks their life is over at 30. People, especially nowadays, people are thinking like 16 is old. The Gen Alpha kids, the 6'7", skibbity toilet kids, the kids raised on iPads, they think that 16 is old. They think if you're 22, they call you unk. Okay. Like, it's a delusion. It's stupid. Just erase it from your mind. They're going to get over it. Reality is going to hit them and they're going to realize that, oh, suddenly they're 30 and their life isn't over. And then they're like, I was stupid. And then you move on. And the vast majority of people on the planet are going to be older than 30 because there's like at best, maybe live like 70 years after that. Like to be like 100, hopefully, or older if you're healthy and happy. Some Gen Alphas are normal people. Yeah, I know. Obviously, nobody is ever. Hey, Aurora, welcome back. Obviously, nobody's gonna just not all millennials. Constantly eat avocado toast. Although that sounds pretty good right now. Not all millennials are like that. Not all boomers are crazy ignorant. I know that it's generally a trend for certain generations to be a certain way, but the trend does not mean all encompassing. And there's going to be a lot of Gen Alpha people who are going to go against that are going to go against. I forgot to. I forgot that I pulled it up on the stream and I didn't show the display. So this is my backyard. I pulled it up on my screen, but you guys couldn't see it. Hey, what's up, Jake the Snake? The Snake! Are you a snake? A snake! I'm a snake! I'm a snake! I'm a snake! I'm a snake! Yeah, yeah, it's kick-ass. I have so much, it's so quiet outside and nobody can even see. You'd have to be standing right next to my window to even see inside. It's so badass. And I got a little kind of canopy tent to cover from the sun or for raining. You're a snack. A snack. Yeah, I'm definitely a snack and a half. I got some cake. But, what are we talking about? Walking in the forest and I saw on you streaming, oh no, the snake will bite me. What was I talking about? Yeah, everyone. Oh, this is the music I was looking for. For checkers. Let's watch some of the top game. Yeah, I just I don't know what I'm doing. Things have been rough for a long time, is what I was trying to say. And obviously, like, I'm 38 years old. It feels like a lot of my life was wasted, but it was not, because I learned everything that made me into the woman I am today because of all those hardships and because of all the mistakes I made. So it's one of those things where you wish you could have made better choices, but if you'd made different choices, they would have just been different. I don't know if they would be better. Yeah, there were choices that were definitely mistakes, but was I equipped to not make them? I don't think so. I think in order to learn how to not make the mistakes, unfortunately, like, sometimes you make the mistakes in order to learn, like the hard way. And I wish that it wasn't the case, but everybody does. And wishing does not make something true. So unfortunately, I can only get up, dust myself off, and move forward. You were talking, you can easily manipulate us. Well, I kind of have like that, I kind of have like a certain, aura, Aurora. So, just make sure to drink some water, okay? Because you're a snack. I am so glad to be able to share this news with all my viewers, because people who have been showing up the past couple of years, they've been seeing me and they've been seeing me struggle. It wasn't good content. I felt constantly on edge. It was very bad vibes. Now I just completely changed it overnight. Obviously, yeah, most people who are not my viewers are just going to see like a normal stream. But I feel like the power of live streaming is that the people who it's like people you're able to follow somebody's journey. And I feel like for the people who have been following my journey, I just delivered probably the biggest like follow through to a goal that we've had besides my surgeries. Is there a thing as water poisoning? Yeah, if you drink too much water, especially too fast, you can get water saturation. There's just too much water in your system and it'll poison you. Yeah, it's the biggest lore drop, at least for me. The absolute biggest lore drop for me was my vaginoplasty. Getting that vajayjay, that was the biggest lore, I think, of all time for me. But this is the big long-term, like non-transgender related news for me. This is because I reached out and advocated for myself for all this support, because I'm autistic and I have I wouldn't say extreme needs, but I have needs. And I advocated for myself until things started to work out. If I didn't advocate for myself, I wouldn't be here. So I need to remind myself that this wasn't just a handout. Like, I worked for this. Because other people in my situation, unfortunately, don't get this kind of help because they don't advocate the way I did. And I wish that wasn't the case, but it is the case. And wishing something were true doesn't make it true. And so instead, you have to work for it. Don't wish for it, work for it. I like that Devin Nash motto. I think for the most part, the kind of advice he gives is pretty true. I think there's some things that obviously doesn't apply to some people. And I think he makes that known if you listen to his content enough. Obviously, some advice is not going to be good for certain individuals. But I think, nobody can ever cover every single base. And so I think as a content creator, I think he's pretty consistent and pretty spot on with most of the advice. And I put it to practice and it works. So I do owe some of my success to Devin Nash. I've seen every single one of his Patreon videos. I've seen the vast majority of his YouTube channel, main YouTube channel. There's a lot of content I haven't seen, but nobody sees all content. And if I was watching all of his content, I would be completely missing the point of all of his advice. I do think his advice helps, but the thing about it, you don't have to watch all of his videos. You pretty much just have to watch his latest videos because he basically updates his previous videos. That's kind of how he works. It's like he gives newer, updated versions of the same advice, and it's good. It's good to see the change over time, because sometimes some advice changes depending on the landscape that we're in. So some of it never changes, and I think for the most part it's useful. There's things that I think aren't too useful for me, but that's because I did the deliberate effort to filter out what works and what doesn't, and I think everybody needs to do that. No matter who they're watching, no matter what content creator they're watching, it's extremely important that you filter out things that are not relevant to you. It doesn't mean you don't watch them. What it means is sometimes people are going to give advice that may work for most people, but in your specific situation, that's up to you to determine what will be useful for you. And a lot of people just kind of blindly follow like YouTubers' advice, and like especially like the like kind of alpha male culture. A lot of young men are kind of blindly following advice because they see successful people on YouTube and such, and they want to be like them. And just because they are doing something doesn't mean it's going to translate to success for you. And so it doesn't mean you can't learn from them. What it means is that you can learn specific things from them, and you can use that in your overall toolkit to level up your own life. And I think that's the real important part that people miss about influencers. Because some people are either in one of two camps. They're either influencers are great and you should do everything that they say, or people are in the mindset of influencers are brain dead and you shouldn't listen to anything they say. And that's way too extreme. I think in the end of the day, I think like the Dalai Lama had said this, or maybe the previous Dalai Lama. I don't know if it's, I don't know when it was the current or previous Dalai Lama had said, if you use the advice that works for you. He said like, the advice that helps you, keep it. The advice that doesn't help you, fuck it. He said forget, but the subtitles said fuck it. And everyone laughed, but it's the same idea. Even if he did say fuck it, it's actually the same thing. He says forget, but it says fuck it. Like, it's the same idea. It doesn't matter which word you use. It's the same idea. It's like this old ancient principle that if you are learning from somebody, which you can learn from anybody, you can learn from an animal, you can learn from a child, you can learn from somebody that you think isn't intelligent. You can learn from anything and anybody, but it's because you're doing the effort of looking through what works for you and what doesn't. And you throw away all the stuff that doesn't work and you keep the stuff that works, or you modify it. If it doesn't work, you see if you can modify it for you. And if it doesn't work, then you throw it away. And everybody who does this, it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be immediate, but eventually you will find something that works specifically for you. And I'm still working on that. But we got my surgeries, we got housing now, and it's permanent, even if this one doesn't work out, which I hope it does long term. I really like it here, and I like my roommate. But if it doesn't work out, they'll find me a new home, and we'll see if that works. But, because, nothing is ever forever. I hope this lasts really long term, but obviously nothing is forever. And so the thing is that this isn't just a regular kind of paying rent situation. I am paying rent, but I have protections. I have an agency backing me up. I have people who are like, if this fails, they will find me an alternative. This is like, I won the game. Obviously, there's still more work, and there's never not going to be work, but it's significantly easier. It's significantly better. Like, significantly. Significantly? Sniff? Sniffer? 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 Snick. I didn't see you in your... I didn't see you and you're in a new house? Yeah. Get a time zone check. It's 1954 for you. It's 1000. It's 1000 for me. Yeah, so it's I'm in the west coast of the United States. So I'm in California. So we're in Los Angeles time. GMT -8, I believe. Or it's spring forward, so would it be GMT -7? Or I hate daylight savings. I need to be right back because I needed to go to the bathroom. And then we're going to get back to the tournament. Okay, so we're back. Okay, let's get back into the tournament. I'm really happy to drop all this lore for you guys. It's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey. Let's get back to the tournament. Okay, so this is a really straightforward. What the hell is this opening? There's been a couple of captures back to all my home squares. That's crazy. This is a crazy opening. I mean, wait, there's been no cap. What? It's just a random starting position. Okay, it's not an opening, it's a starting position. This is interesting. It's not actually using openings. I thought it was using openings. That is not an opening. Okay, there's no way you can do that without capturing. So that's interesting. That's interesting. That changes things. I mean, I guess it makes it pure tactics. It takes all opening theory out of the book. There's so many different opening positions that they start with. That is really interesting. I like that, actually. Do not move here, because I lose three pieces. First, I need to move to e3. d2, e3. Okay. Okay, and then I think, yeah, if I start with here, then capture twice. So I gotta start here. Oh, and then you move your stone backwards. Okay. Okay, let's move some in from the single corner. Okay. Now I can make this trade eventually, but oh. Okay. Do not move this stone. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, there's 3 captures. Oh god. Whoopsie. Damascolina? Oh, we got a Brazilian player in the tournament. Damas. Oh, Damas is what they call checkers in Portuguese. And the Brazilian variant, which is like international checkers, where you have to, it's just like Russian checkers, but you have to capture the one with the most sequence. Okay, I think, oh, no, I gotta capture. Okay. This. Okay. And then I've passed, oh, no, not past it. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay. And let me just do that yet again. Okay. And then just load up another piece. Okay. Unfortunately. Uh-oh. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the better option, I think. Oh, there we go. Well, you know, we're just playing some games, learning patterns, watching how my opponents punish me in those positions. So that's really what we're doing. Yeah, every single one of these games is a random starting position. So it's really going to give us some interesting tactics because there's no openings. No opening theory, really. Every single opening has its own theory, and so you just have to play pure checkers. Pure shashki. It's pure shashki. Okay, here we go. You know what? Let's just play it safe here and play in this corner on a5. Okay. That prevents the double capture. Yeah, let's play a little bit safe on the corner here. So normally I try to play attack for the center, but I think if I try to play safe, maybe I'll do a little bit better than I have been. Okay, actually, let's play here on the double corner. And then let's actually threaten to capture here, and it takes. It's actually not good for me. Oh, okay. Well, I think this is okay. I actually think this is probably good. There, now I got a piece back on the king row. Okay, and let's play on the side here. Okay. Okay, let's get a chance to advance here. I can't move until that piece moves. Okay, well... Oh, actually, bang, bang... Oh, no, that doesn't work. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I have to play development move. No, I don't want to play there because that allows the forced. Oh no. Yeah, I'm kind of screwed here. Yeah. Oofta. Okay. Ugh. That sucked. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of people playing in this tournament. This is only once a year. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'll just check my phone real quick. Okay, actually... Okay, let's just... Okay, I just needed to play. Okay. This situation... Okay. Oh. Okay. And I think playing in the side here. Okay, let's trade. Let's play in this side. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, this kind of works. But not really. Well, actually, no, it's 5v5. Actually, that worked. That's crazy. Now I just gotta play a good endgame. Which is gonna be tough with only like 3.5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh no! Okay, so maybe that's not so bad. Okay, trade. Uh-oh, yeah, this is not good for me. Unfortunately. We can look at the game afterwards. Let's look at the game really quick. Let's look at the point where I think it was even. Yeah, 5v5 right here. Yeah, I think I'm going to screenshot this position. That one's kind of an interesting, just work out these end games. This is a 5v5. Anyway, back to the tournament. Yeah, I don't really know like how to proceed here. Like maybe move A1 B2. Like I played C1 D2. I think moving the A1 up to trying to get to B4. But what can Black do in response to that after A1 B2? Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's look at the structure really quick. Okay, let's look at every stone. Leave no stone unturned. Okay. Let's move this way. Okay, here, here, here. Okay. And then that's a double capture. A double capture all the way. Oh, yeah, or there. Okay, I missed that. So I don't want to move this stone, I don't think. Or maybe... Okay, well this... What am I thinking? Okay. I'm crazy. What am I thinking? Not good. Not good at all. It's okay, we dust ourselves off, move on. Get to the next one. Okay. Well, one of these two are going to happen. Oh no! I have a hard time with the vision there. Oh god, yeah, I didn't realize it was a double capture. I have a really hard time with that. Okay. Oh no, double capture. Okay. Oh no. Man. 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 I can't believe it. Actually, I can kind of believe it, because I suck. I gotta drink more water, that's the answer. Is Impesh looking at an engine? Or just alt-tabbed? I'm just gonna assume alt-tabbed. Some people might be bad boys, and they're looking at an engine with the opening to see what their first move should be. Those people are bad. They should not be doing that. That's cheating. No cheating. But I have to accept that some people are just gonna cheat, but I'm trying to gain what I'm building is my ability to play checkers. And if they're playing with engines, well, that just further improves my checkers. That's how I see it. Because it means that people are playing against me with strong moves, which means it's gonna force me to see what strong moves look like. Hey, what's up, Mitz? Welcome back. Do you notice something different? Do you notice something different? Do you notice something different, Mitz? Something's different. I can't quite put my finger on it. Something's different about my stream. I don't know what it is, though. Something's different. I don't know what's different. Yes. Yeah, I got a new place. I am like 100% supported. I talked about it a bit earlier. I talked about it past couple of streams. I am so supported. I have no way of communicating how good this is. It's not just like a new place. Like, it's that I'm in a new place with extreme support. Stuff that most people would give anything to have. And I just I finally, I fought and I fought and I fought and I finally got this. Never give up, because a lot of people give up and they start, making a lot of decisions based in depression. And instead of doing that, if you just, feel it, dust yourself off, and then keep moving forward, you win. That's eventually. So it's like it's going to be hard, and it's not always going to work out in every single favor, but you have to, because the alternative is to make decisions that are going to make things worse. And if you have a choice between trying to make your life better or definitely making your life worse, even if trying is going to give you this hope that might actually make it feel worse, feeling worse is not the same as being worse. And I think people have a hard time accepting that. I did too. But I firmly believed that things would work out eventually. And they have. Because I'm working with an agency that I have like complete support. Like I have a rental kind of assistance, but it's more than just that. They place me in housing, so even if this place were to somehow not work out, I wouldn't be homeless. They would just find me a new place. I'm pretty much set, like for life. At least in California, but for all intents and purposes, like that's really all that matters anyway. It's the hardest state to live in, pretty much. So if I moved somewhere else, maybe I would be able to stand on my own better. But I wouldn't want to move out of California for multiple reasons that I don't want to get into. Because California is a good place. It's beautiful, but also it's safe for someone like me. I am a trans person, and we have a lot of protections here. Just LGBTQ people in general. Now, I'm not always a direct part of, certain LGBTQ spaces, but that's okay, because we live in a world with people of different lifestyles, people with different personalities, people with different cultural backgrounds. I'm me, and that's okay. But yeah, this is my new situation. This is my new situation. I'm gonna give you a kind of like an idea of what's going on here. We got my Squashmallow Hello Kitty. Get that yacht. Get that yacht. Yeah, I just I don't really know how to describe like what I'm feeling. Like it's something I've never felt before. Let me get some airflow in here. Yeah, so like a lot of it is that, we go through life and we see a whole bunch of different choices in front of us. And I decided I'm going to stop making random choices. I'm going to start making choices that move me towards a better life. And, fortunately, it worked out. And I still got more to go. We all do. There's always more. Because, from here, I have a new floor. And that's like what really matters, is that I have a new floor. My floor was down here and now it's up here. Okay, but in order to get up like here, like that's the new ceiling. Like I have a higher ceiling because I have a higher floor, or the ceiling is a little bit higher, is a little bit easier to reach. Because like, you know, normally like you're trying to reach the ceiling. Like normally you're trying to reach the ceiling, but if you have a higher floor, it's going to be easier to touch the ceiling. You know, if that metaphor works. So yeah, I just yeah, I've been fighting for quite some time. I really have. Now we're in this situation where I get choices in my life. You know, I can do with that whatever I want. There's no like obligation. There's no like this choice is like, you know, you're committing yourself to a false path. It's like now I get to have like real like freedom of like being able to have more trial and error without severe repercussions. Because before, there was a constant pressure that if I commit to the wrong thing, I won't actually, you know, because I was trying to get out of the trailer. It was like a real threat that if I wasn't able to build a career that works, I wouldn't be able to move out. That was a huge threat, and ironically, I think it makes things harder to actually do. And now, ironically, I think that I have all this extra support and I don't need to build my career. I think ironically, it's going to give me more space to actually build my career. Like, I have multiple paths ahead of me. I am not going to achieve great success in all of them, but I'm going to try to at least do the ones that are most important. My writing career, my modeling career, my acting career, and then kind of all encompassing is just my content creation career as a whole. It's like, let's be real. All of those things are really just content creation. Now, which one is going to be the highest success? Oh, and also, you know, my chess career, but that's also part of content creation. If you think about it, chess and checkers, Go, Shang-Chi, Shogi, like all these types of board games, you know, and, you know, maybe like, you know, just content in general, which includes pretty much anything. So even just playing World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 11, you know, I don't know if we're going to really stream a lot of Final Fantasy 11. It's more of a private game. It's more of a game, it's not really, like, yeah, I could stream it if we really just wanted to chill. But I feel like that game is more of like something to do in private. Like, sometimes World of Warcraft is like that, but I feel like World of Warcraft is much more like kind of, there's a lot more like stuff that you could be doing that's like kind of like taking action. Whereas with Final Fantasy 11, it's like extremely slow and repetitive. I don't think it makes the best content. I think it's also more enjoyable if you're not streaming it, because then I actually get to play the game. I think that's the biggest thing. I'm thinking about getting back into Horizon XI. So Final Fantasy 11, it's like a custom 75 era. So they basically rebalanced the game to be forever 75. And they're focusing on horizontal progression. Right now they're in Chains of Prometheia. Apparently later this year, they're going to be releasing Oturgan. I'm going to be leveling Blue Mage at that point. But right now I think leveling up my White Mage and leveling up my Thief, because I got like, I think level 45 Thief or level 48 Thief. I forget which one. I got a level 45 Thief right now, and I got like a level 23 White Mage. I think maybe a 29 White Mage. I forget which one. But I think leveling up White Mage to 75 and leveling up Thief to 75, 100%. But I think Blue Mage is eventually going to be fun. I think my brother wants to join in on that Blue Mage challenge. Me and him can, duo all the way to 75. Get all of our spells, get our T-Zonas. That'd be fun. I don't know if we're gonna do that on stream though. It's more of a, it's more of like a, a time between me and my brother. It's content for me, not for you. But I mean, there might be times where I go live. Like maybe some more high intensity events or something. But I don't know. I think in the end, it doesn't really matter what I do on stream, because in the end of the day, like, we're just hanging out and chatting. And right now I'm in this weird stupor where I just don't really know what to do. Like, yeah, we're playing checkers this is an annual Russian checkers tournament, and it's going to be lasting for like another 5 hours or so. So, we're kind of in it for the long haul today for that, but it's not like it's the end of the world if I don't play. I'm just kind of doing it as like a personal challenge, to try to, to try to get myself to, stay live. But there's a lot of stuff we could do. It's not always gonna, it's not gonna all come at once. Okay, like, a lot of it is just gonna take time. So yeah, that's kind of like where things are right now, Mitz. Is I got like a whole new canvas to work with. And you like the artwork my friend painted. There's like a meme cat. And like a fish smoking a cigarette. I don't know who painted this other one, but it's kind of abstract. I don't know who painted that. It's an anonymous artist. But my friend painted these and gave them to me. These ones. Yeah, so like, like, pretty much I got a blank canvas now. And it's like, it's kind of intimidating, but like, people work like their entire lives to get a blank canvas in life. And I got it. And people always say work hard, and I did work hard, but I think people have the wrong idea about what working hard means. Because people work hard, they think that means hard labor. They think that means trading their time for someone else. And yeah, a lot of the times you do have to do that, and it's definitely one of the paths. It's the most like obvious path, is get a job, climb the corporate ladder, upgrade your life slowly. But not everybody can do that. I'm disabled. I got a developmental disorder in my brain. And so in order to succeed, I couldn't go that way. And if I tried, I would have failed. And I'm too smart. I know that sometimes if you want to succeed, you have to go a different path. And so I did. And I'm like, okay, I need resources. I need, what resources are available to developmentally disordered people? What kind of autism resources? That's how, I was able to get all my transgender surgeries because California, my insurance, covered all those, and I had to work through that system with the medical system in order to make that happen. And I also had to, comply with the medical requirements. Because I'm diabetic, I had to have my blood sugar really stabilized in order for the surgeon to be comfortable performing the surgery in the first place. And that was a lot of pressure on me. But when the surgery was canceled, I buckled down. Like I did feel it immensely. I was probably the most in fear of my life at that point, more than I've ever been. And I think but I dusted myself off. I got back up and I kept fighting. Okay, so that's the only path we can take. I know people don't want to accept it. They want to believe that there is either a better path, or they just have delusions that if they just hope that things will get better, that they do, or they give up entirely because they're like, what's the point of hoping? No, the only path that works. I know people don't want to accept it because it's hard and it sucks. It sometimes really sucks. But through my experience and through most people I've talked to, the best option is to just consider your reality, look at all your available resources, and try to find more if you can, and utilize them. That's all you can do, no matter what your situation, no matter what is going on in your life. That's the only thing that works. If you're stranded in a desert, your job is to find cover from the sun. Your job is to find water. Your job is to find food. There's no other alternative that works out better. Those are the only things to find. Now, how you find those can be different. That's part of the game, right? So if you need to find water, well, there's a couple of different options. You could either look for, some place that might have water, like an oasis of some sort. You could try to find merchants, try to find a group of traveling merchants or just travelers in general. Maybe even digging into the sand or the dirt to see if there might be an underground reservoir. There's all sorts of tactics that you can do that achieve those resources. It's not there's only one way to get it. I have to find a water faucet. No, that's one solution. There might be alternative solutions. If maybe you can find something in your something to do the thing where you have a cup, you dig a hole and you have a cup, and then you put a rock on the thing and a condensed water. But you don't always have those kind of tools. You don't always have those resources. So if you don't have them, then you find them or find alternatives. Those are the only things you can do in life. But people want to have it easy, or they want to restrict themselves to a single path, and that any alternative paths is somehow weaker or makes them weak. It's ego. It's all about ego. Because there are people, unfortunately, that see my success as a failure. And internalized, I am one of those people. Because internally, our society, especially in the United States, has been brainwashed into thinking that the only way to success is hard labor. That if you don't have a real job, whatever that means, then you're not really succeeding. You're just getting handouts. That's stupid. Success is utilizing the resources you have to make your situation better. That is success. It doesn't matter how you do it. It matters that you do it. And people have a really hard time accepting that. They're like, oh, but you're disabled. You don't have a real job. You're just blah, 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 blah. Okay, but I get to live a better life because of it. I made it happen. I utilized the resources other people in my situation might not have. Okay, what do you want from me? These kind of people, they will destroy your life. Because they want you to live an extremely narrow version of what they believe success to look like. And it'll never be enough for them, right? So these kind of people will, if you listen to them, you will fail. a lot of the times, maybe not all the time, but if you listen to these types of people, you're setting yourself up for failure at the very least. Because some people, they only know what works for them, and they don't know what works for you. Like, what works for them may actually be the worst thing you can possibly do. Like, it just might be. It's possible. It's definitely possible. And I think these kind of people are so prevalent in our society that a lot of the times we like believe them because we want to impress them. We want them to respect us. And it's like, dude, you can't live your life for other people. You just can't. I know it's like everybody says that like advice, like, don't compare yourself to others. Don't try to please others. Just like, live your own life. But it's really hard to actually do it because everyone knows this. Like, there's very few people that actually don't have this knowledge. But basically, there are going to be people who want you to follow all these rules that society has that are imaginary. And the only thing they want from you is for you to fail. Because in their eyes, you're not worthy unless you do it their way. And everyone has a different opinion about which way is right. So if you try to follow their script, you're getting tossed around like a salad, okay? Like, people are going to be pulling you this way, and then they're going to be pulling you this way. You're going to set yourself up for absolute disaster. Fuck it. Fuck that shit. Do what you need to be successful, whatever that means. It's not a failure. It's not cheating. It's not like you're like, abusing the system. You're utilizing the system. That makes you smart. That makes you intelligent. Like, because so many people get stuck in this belief that they have to live life by what their family thinks is best for them, by what their community thinks is best for them, by what their religious leaders think is best for them. They might be worth listening to. I'm not saying to abandon them, because sometimes, your religious leaders, your family, your community, those things do matter, and they do want you to succeed. So I would say, like, in the end of the day, look for what works and throw away what doesn't. Because if you try to live your life, I'm not actually successful because my mom doesn't respect me, or like my dad doesn't respect me. Like, what if they never do? Are you just never gonna be happy? Are you never gonna be fulfilled? Like, there's a point where it's like you have to just stop caring what other people think about you. Like, because they're not gonna respect you. They might never respect you. That's not something you can control. But so many people become so unhappy because they want success with the condition that somebody else that they think that it's important to them accepts it too. And that's like a losing game. You might win sometimes. It's like a gamble. Or you want your life to work with your partner, which is hard because now you're not just trying to succeed for yourself, you're trying to succeed for your partner, like your husband or your wife or your, domestic partner. These are things that I'm not saying they're bad and should be avoided. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if you choose that, you are setting yourself up for life in hard mode, because life's already hard. It's like Dark Souls, and you just put Dark Souls into hard mode. Like, you doubled all the boss's HP, you halved your own damage, you reduced the healing items, or the healing, you reduce their efficiency, or you put like more cooldown on them, or like there's all sorts of things that you just stacked up against you, which is fine. That's the life you want to live, but you have to accept that if you do that, it's going to come with consequences. Like, if you start a family, it now means that it's not just you, it's you and your child, and that your partner that you had the child with might leave. And you might be alone. And you have to accept that. Because you can't accept that you're going to be with your partner forever. What if your partner decides to bail? You can't live life expecting that to not happen. You have to factor that in. Now, obviously, nobody gets married thinking they're going to get divorced. Ever. Nobody does. Everybody wants it to work. That doesn't mean it's going to work. It takes effort, and sometimes people just drift apart. So if you start a family, you have a child, I wouldn't say it's a mistake. For some people, it's the biggest gift of a lifetime. But you have to accept that when you make that choice, you can never go back, and your life will forever be more difficult. And some people don't get that. They get pregnant at 16 or something, and they don't. Unfortunately, they learn after the decision has already been made. And I wish that there was more community support for families, because it takes a village. I really wish society would go a lot of Western society, because I think there still are cultures that still have these traditional values of community building and community support, where if one person in your community fails, then you all fail. So everybody has a stake in it. Because if you really think about it, if somebody fails, it means they can't help the group. If you think about it from a pure survival standpoint. So you should support every single member of your community. If they have an issue, if they're not able to live their life and pursue something, then they're not going to be able to help the community. Think about all the people that are, would you rather somebody be homeless on the streets, or working at a fast food restaurant? Or would you rather them have support, and then they have options? Maybe they could become an engineer. Maybe they could become a doctor. Maybe they could just become a regular member of the community. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to have this quote unquote prestigious career. You could just help out the community in a very meaningful way, like being a janitor, cleaning up after people. That's an extremely important job. There's all sorts of ways people can help each other in the community. But if that person is left behind, everybody suffers. And some people have a hard time accepting that. Some people have a hard time believing that. But I feel like those are true, traditional values that we should go back to, in my opinion. Because community is what matters. It's not about religion. It's not about personal creed or whatever. Everybody's going to be different. But in the end of the day, we're all people living together in this planet. And so that's the one thing we have in common, is that we're all trying to survive. And so that's the one thing we should focus our energy on, in my opinion. All this other stuff, the differences in opinions, the different beliefs, the different religions, all those sorts of things, the lack of a religion, the difference of people who are, hetero, people who are, gay, LGBTQ, trans, none of those things should really matter. In the end of the day, you should see this is an individual who exists in the community. Let's make sure that they don't fail, because if they succeed, there's always the chance that they can help the bigger community. This person can do something rather than nothing. And I think that's hard for people to accept, because they get they want revenge. They're I worked hard, and so other people shouldn't be able to get it without it. But here's the thing. You worked hard with resources that were available to you. Not everybody had those same opportunities. And so it's if you succeeded, it's because you had a supportive environment. You had at least enough wealth to be able to pursue those in the first place. You had mentorship. You had people who are opening doors for you. These are all resources that are invisible to a lot of people. And it's hard for them to wrap their head around that there's people who do not have those same resources. They think everybody should just pick themselves up by their bootstraps and buckle down and work hard, because if they're not successful, it's because they're lazy. That is a false belief, because they're actually working harder than you. Because if you think about it, you succeeded because you had all these scaffolding. You had people holding you up and pulling you up or pushing you up. Or at the very least, you had the environment that allowed that success in the first place. You had enough food, you had enough water, you had shelter. Those are the basics. Some people don't have those. So if you are operating without the resources and you're still making progress, in my opinion, that makes you better than the person who had all the support in the world and is then getting mad at this person for not being as good as them. And in my opinion, that person is a loser. This person is an extreme success. Because the person who has been struggling in spite of the lack of resources, in my opinion, that person is way more deserving of the role of the label of hard worker, of successful person, because that person had nothing, or at the very least less than the people who were able to succeed, and that person made something happen anyway. So it's like, in my opinion, like if you're actually working harder and you're getting less results if you're not in a supportive situation. And people don't wrap their heads around that. They have a hard time. They say like, oh, this community is just not, lazy. This demographic, these people who don't have a jobs. Well, when I was a teenager, when I had 2 jobs and I was able to buy a house and start a family, it's like, yeah, we're not in like 1958 or whatever the hell year. Okay, like, what are you doing? Like, we're not in the same world, and we also have a community that's really divided. Our community is not as like unified, and I don't think things were only good for certain demographics of people. Let's just leave it at that. But I don't want to get too much into that particular element of the conversation. But the world is fucked up right now. People are like being spread thin from all directions, with people spouting all sorts of different beliefs, different sorts of like all sorts of different things. People are getting scammed. People are only looking out for themselves. They want everybody to believe the thing they believe. They don't care about anyone else. They just want everyone else to fall in line with what they think should be. We're spread thin by technology. Social media is becoming extremely predatorial and designed to make us sacrifice all of our attention and drive us towards consumerism, which is not like inherently bad. I don't like the idea that it's bad, because what are you going to do about it? It's just human nature. Like, don't fight it. It's real. It's real for a reason. Because it's who we are. We're kind of trashy. Like, humans are trashy. Like, I know it's hard for people to accept, but humans are trashy. We like drama. We like shiny things. We like being lazy. Like, that's what we do. And, like, learn how to accept it and stop fighting it. But it doesn't mean you have to tear people down. And it doesn't mean you have to, like, get locked into these, like, rabbit holes where you get an echo chamber of people who agree with you, and at the expense of everybody else. You follow your own internalized, like, small tribe. It's like, dude, I thought we, like, evolved beyond tribalism, and yet social media is showing us that that's never changed. We've always been tribal. People find their tribes. And I don't think it's good, and I don't think it's bad. I think it just exists. And it doesn't mean we're locked into it. I don't know why people are so like, we need to accept this. This is just how humans are. It's like, okay, yeah, it is, but what are we going to do about it? Because I think the idea that, like, we should just shit on everything, what does it actually accomplish? People are like shitting on AI. Okay, well, AI is not going to go away. The reason it exists is because humans invented it. And the LLMs are trained off of our own data. So it reflects humans. So it's a human thing, even though it's like artificial. AI is inherently human. because it's just a reflection of our own output. Okay, so like if you really think about it, like first of all, AI is not going to stop. Even if we outlaw it, people are still going to use it illegally. It's still going to be a problem. So we may as well like learn how to accept it. And it's what we do with it that matters. Because some people are going to use it for good to improve their life. I've used AI as a fact checker, as a way to kind of reflect my thoughts back to me so I can keep myself honest. But that requires some intention that not everybody has. Okay, so some people are going to fall victim to AI, and unfortunately, there's nothing you can really do about that. You can try to safeguard it. You can try to help them. I think education is the biggest one, because the more you educate people, the less likely people are going to get hurt. But people are going to get hurt. Okay, like, and I think it's better to, like, you know, from a young age, you know, teach people how to use things properly, how to think critically. And either way, I'm not going to be able to solve this on my stream, but you know, we can play some checkers. So let's play some shashki, some Russian checkers. Get back to the tournament. We got 4 hours left, so. Okay, how do I want to do this? Now let's go here. Oh, that wasn't. For some reason, I thought that was a. Oh, because I pre-moved. Okay, I'm like stupid. Okay, one of these directions. Hey, what's up, bare fists? Are you fighting a bear with your bare fists? How you doing? I'm good. I'm like, my life, like I was just talking for a while about it. Things are looking up for me a lot. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but my situation has changed. I was just explaining to another viewer about it. And we're just playing some Russian checkers. This is an annual tournament for Russian checkers on Lee Drafts. LeeDrafts.org. I'm glad you're good. I hope you're having a great day. Today's Thursday. Yeah, it's definitely much nicer. It's definitely much nicer. I got support out the wazoo. I'm probably gonna have to repeat this for every viewer that discovers the new situation, but basically, I am pretty much set for life. Not 100%. Obviously, there's still gonna be challenges, but I have permanent housing support. If this house doesn't work out, they find me a new one. And not only that, I'm not just living here completely alone. I got support. I got, like, people are going to help me navigate life. Like, that is something some people pay money for, and I access it because I need it. And luckily I was able to make it all work. And they're going to make sure that I don't fail. They're here to make sure I succeed. Do I want to start? I don't want to start that advance yet. Maybe move this one here to E. Okay, yeah. Okay, that one moves. Okay. And let's start this trade. Yeah, I'll show you around. I'll show you, like, I also did a stream from the backyard, so after this game, I'll show you some things about the new situation if you're still around. Okay, let's do the trade here. I'm losing. I'm down a piece. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, so if I want to show you yeah, so I did a live stream from. I also have a live stream set up for the backyard. And I have like a beautiful place. We even have like every week, like there's like a landscaper, which is interesting. That's a new one for me. Sometimes we have a house cleaner. The house is really clean. I'm keeping it really clean. I'm making my bed every day. I'm keeping my room tidy. I do not want to have I don't ever want to have a situation like I did in the trailer ever again. Oops. Got unhook on. Yeah, oops. So basically, I am in a situation now where I am basically, I would say, set for life. I know it's like hard for some people to accept. Some people think they're like, oh, this is just normal. It's like, yeah, this is not normal for me. For me, this is like absolute luxury. I'm like a rich person now. That's what it feels like. Because I never want to have a similar situation ever again to the trailer. I never want to have like just everything a mess. I don't want to ever have to have like piles of things. You know, I don't want to have like, you know, I want to make sure that I always have everything accessible and like freedom to move around instead of just piling everything around. You know, things right now are really good, and I'm slowly like working up towards like having like a, you know, like I'm gonna, you know, my situation's gonna, you know, evolve over time. But you know, like I think like the biggest thing is that like no matter what happens, like I'm operating from a level of freedom and a level of safety that I've never operated from before. And I just like how I can have like this new setup, you know, like I'm just hanging out back here on my couch, on my bed couch. Well, it's a bed, but I have it like in couch mode. Yeah, I'm like super cozy. Yeah, we can just like hang out and chat now. Yeah, it's like a chair pillow. Yeah, I think it was like $50 on Amazon. It was worth it. It's so much more comfortable. Oh, okay. Let me get this all set up. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I really like my new situation. Like, I just like, sometimes it's like, I mean, I don't know, I just need to take my time, you know? Because, like, you know, like, now I don't have any, like, huge, like, urgency is, like, the big thing. Like, there's no real, like, huge urgency, which in some ways is good, in some ways is bad. It's mostly good. Because, you know, now that there's no, like, environmental urgency, now I have to create my own drive, which is, in my opinion, I think a much better problem to have. Some people, they need a fire under their belly or a fire under their ass in order to take action. I actually do worse when that's happening. I'm the kind of person that if you give me complete freedom, I behave in ways that are more disciplined than most people probably would. It's really kind of counterintuitive, but like when I have the mental capacity to do things and when I have like this environmental safety, I start to thrive and I make decisions that are uncomfortable because it's like I want to do better. I want to be stronger because I look long term, you know, like basically if you think about it, I want to make sure that I'm ready if things do hit the fan, right? So if things in life get harder, I want to be stronger so that it's not harder, if that makes any sense. So I will do the hard work now so that it can pay off later. And even if that doesn't happen, well, then it makes me stronger and makes my life better. I only have like, the only direction I have to go up now is up. Like I raised the floor and it's like, it's really hard for me to fully accept because I'm so used to like survival mode where it's like, you know, basically like I'm so used to things always being like temporary. Like, oh, I don't actually live here. They're just, you know, giving me a place to stay and then it's going to, you know, it's going to fail. That's not going to happen. They're like legally required to support me. Like it's not going to happen. Like this is actually real. This is not like a couch surfing situation. This is not a temporary charity. This is lifetime support. It's really hard for me to wrap my head around that. It really is. Because I'm kind of like brainwashed into thinking that everything will be taken away from me. But it's actually not. Yeah, you guys like Mr. Panda? I'm the kind of person that needs routine. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thing. Routine is always a thing. I don't think, but I mean, it's like, you can create a routine in like a good environment, or you can create a routine in a forced environment. And I think like being able to have the freedom to create a routine that works for you by having a supportive environment is like exponentially better. Like it's not even like on the same universe. Oh, you have one of those arm songs. I misread I'm reading it from way far away, so it's like I sometimes have to like lean in to see chat. Big agree. Oh, I mean technically I could like read chat from my phone if I really wanted to. So I don't have to like squint my eyes over there. The fan is like blowing it. Okay. Oh, this old phone is like dead. I mean, honestly, I don't need to do that. I can just. Do you play Final Fantasy 11? So I'm going to get back into Horizon. I think this weekend, like probably tonight. I don't know if I'm going to stream it. At least not at first. Once I get into a rhythm, then maybe there'll be portions where I'm going to stream it. But basically, you know, I'm getting back into it. Kind of interested because apparently they're going to release Horizon is going to release Ot Ergen later this year, and so that's like kind of where I left off, like in the original retail. And I did play on Nozomi, but I think Horizon is like an interesting kind of new situation, and I want to see what they do with the expansions because they plan on staying forever 75, and they're going to do all content in like a horizontal progression, and I want to see how they do that. I definitely want to see how they do Abyssia, and it's going to be a lot harder than retail because retail you can solo it now, so it's like because it trusts, and it's lower level content, so it's like I just it's going to be interesting seeing how they progress the game balanced for level 75. Like, what are they going to do? Like, with job points? Are they going to revamp job points entirely to keep it balanced? They're trying to make it more horizontal progression. But, like, is it just going to be, like, I guess, like Guild Wars? From what I understand, Guild Wars is basically fully horizontal progression. So you don't just like out-level content, you just get different content. And I guess we'll see how they figure that out, because how are they going to make horizontal progression without undermining the previous content? Because then you'll just have retail again, where it's like you level up so high that you're like eye level 170 or something, and you could just like one-shot every single monster in the storyline, you know, in previous content. So it's like, you know, what are they going to do about that? It's going to be interesting, but we're way off. They're not even releasing Ot Ergen yet. We're at the level 75 peak right now in Horizon, and I you know, so it's like, you know, we got a while before they release Wings of the Goddess, because they're not even going to release Ot Ergen yet, not till later this year. So I have like a Thief 45, and I think I have like a White Mage 23. I want to get both of those to 75 by the time Ot Ergen drops. When Ot Ergen drops, you know, I'll start, you know, like, you know, doing the end game on White Mage and Thief, but I want to level Blue Mage, and I think my brother wants to join me there. He plays retail. He's got like 6 accounts. I don't want to play retail. I don't like it. It's really grindy for like no reason. I like you know, interestingly enough, people always compare retail as being easier. It's actually harder. But it's harder in a way that's not fun. It's like more single player oriented. Like, yeah, it's good to have like a group of people because you need group content. But it's just not the same. Like, ironically, even though things are much slower paced and more like challenging, and you need more people, that makes it like better. It's hard to put like the quality of a game isn't determined by how optimized it is. Like, you can have full optimization, fast travel, you could have like complete solo ability, one-shotting everything. Like, that doesn't make the game fun. In fact, in a lot of ways, it makes it less fun. However, they scaled up the difficulty where you just do that for longer, and then the difficulty scales. But it's like, why should I have to play for like 1,000 hours before the game starts? Like, that's basically how retail works. Everything else is just like it's like maintenance. Like it's like it's not even fun. At least not for me. I got in a good place in retail, so if I ever do want to return, I'm like in a good place to continue. Like I got master levels on multiple, you know, like I think I have like a few M level like M level 30s. So like, you know, that's a good place to start. You know, like I think M level 30 for Paladin, I think, and for Geomancer. But you know, I don't really care too much. I would rather play level 75 on Horizon. And I haven't been playing for quite a while, but now that I'm in this like much more kind of long-term better situation, I think being able to jump back into Final Fantasy XI, get into Vana'diel, enjoy the game with my brother, hopefully. I've been wanting to play level 75 content with my brother for a while, but he got into retail, and it's good for him because I don't want to give too much. I don't want to dox him or anything, but it's a situation where he is able to play more freely. But I think if he did things the right way, especially for Blue Mage, if he focused on soloing, like maybe if he levels Beastmaster, and we just do duo content, that way he can just pick up and play whenever he wants. Doesn't have to rely on groups so much. Or if he levels like a group-oriented job, like if he levels like a healer or a support like Bard or something, you know, then he doesn't, you know, but then he gets locked in if he has to step away from the keyboard. You know, like his group is going to suffer. So he needs a situation where he can step away at any time. You know, he has responsibilities that I don't really have. But you know, like that's a different situation, and it's workable. I think it's even better for level 75 content, because that means that you can go at your own pace, and the pace for 75 content is, until you get to like endgame, it's like really open what you can do. And I think you'll find something that works, especially once they release Ottergan, because then we could level Blue Mage together, and he really likes Blue Mage. And I think leveling Blue Mage in 75 era is something that neither of us have done. He did retail Blue Mage. He just got it to Zona, fully upgraded, and that's a big accomplishment. But you know, that's in retail with his 6 accounts and like trusts. So that's a very different situation. It's different content too. So it's like going back into the Ott Ergen content as a Blue Mage is very different. Like, you know, Nizal Isle is very different. All those things are very different. Like Assault is different. Einherjar is different. You know, like everything is different in level 75 era. That's when that was like the peak of when me and him were playing. When we both had level 75s. Like I had level 75 Black Mage, I had a level 75 Dragoon, and I had a level 75 Red Mage, and a level 75 Summoner, and a level 75 Paladin. I was, you know, we were both level. I think he had level 75 Monk. Yeah, like there were things going on back when we were younger. Back when we first played the game, and I quit around like 2009 when like Abyssia started getting released, because they stopped support of the PS. They stopped PS2 support. And so they only released Abyssia on PC. And so I didn't play on PC, I played on PS2 and Xbox. So they didn't have that. And so I quit. Also because it kind of became a chore. Like I had to log in for my link shell do Dynamis or to do H&Ms, and it just became too much of a chore for me, and I was living in the trailer park, and yeah, life took a different direction. I quit the game. All my friends quit the game. My brother quit the game, and we lived life for a while. But I think like in 2021, maybe 2022, I got my brother into retail, and we played retail for a while. He's been loving it. He's got his 6 accounts. He's collecting all the gear. He's getting different outfits and all the different gear fully upgraded. Full master levels on multiple jobs, like on each character. Like, he's great. But on Horizon, this is going to be very different for him, because he is not going to be able to. They do not allow multi-boxing. It is specifically prohibited for good reasons, because of exactly what he was doing. If everyone could multi-box, especially without, if they had free accounts, everyone would have 6 accounts or more, like 18 accounts. Like, that would just ruin the game. You would just have a whole bunch of people running around with an army of bots, basically. That'd be stupid. That's the problem that happens in retail. Everybody's just botting. They specifically do not allow that in Horizon. And I think that's good. It's for the best. You're only allowed 1 account, 3 characters per account, and you can't have dual box type behavior. So like, you can't have like, it's my brother's account, but I'm logging in to, he's here to like do dual box like behavior, like just to benefit my character. Like, we can't do that this time. Like, we used to do that. They don't allow power leveling unless it's between pulls. Like, they allow healing only between pulls. So like that's like a huge, debuff to our strategy, because we used to do that. We used to have 2 accounts, because he had an account, I had an account. When he was at work, or when I was at work, we would use each other's accounts to like power level each other and stuff, or to hold items while we continued to farm. Like that's like a strategy that we can't use now. So it's going to be really like challenging. We're going to have to actually like use the game. We're going to have to actually play the game. Like, God forbid that we actually have to play the game. Like, that makes it more challenging. So, I am, it's a lot of work cut out for us, but we don't have to do it all at once. I think I need to get rid of that grind set that I have, where I constantly am made to feel that I have to get the next thing as soon as possible. But like, there's always going to be another thing. So like, maybe log in for like 20 minutes at a time. It's perfectly okay just to log in to check the auction house, and then log out and live my life. Like, I don't have to be playing for 14 hours at a time. I don't even have to play for an hour at a time. But I feel like an hour to 2 hours is a solid chunk of gameplay. Like 2 hours every day, or maybe even 30 minutes to an hour every day. Just logging in, making little teeny tiny progress over time, hanging out with my brother. Like, what more is there to life? I feel like that's the real reason why Final Fantasy XI was made, was to have that just overarching background to our life. It's not about the game, it's about our life. And I think that's what Final Fantasy XI is really about. I think it that has kind of been lost in current retail. And I think Horizon is trying to capture that and protect it at all costs. And I like that. I respect that. That's what the game is for. It's not to replace your life. It's to be like a fun thing to join with your friends. That's literally why the whole philosophy behind it was even when they had the commercials in Japan, the commercials were showing people, they were at after school, after work, they would all come home and they would log in with their friends to hang out in Vanadil. That was the Japanese culture of Final Fantasy XI. Obviously there's gonna be people who are no-lifers, Okay, and they're gonna get ahead, but like, stop. I think that the way to be happy is to reframe how you think about your progress, like not just in game but in life. That your progress is not always about having the best items, about having the best gear, about being on the top, right? That's only one element. Like, yeah, that is meaningful and we should strive for it. But if we sacrifice our enjoyment of the game, if we sacrifice our personal life, if we sacrifice our relationships, then what are you really gaining? In fact, you're losing. So I think having like a balance of like, okay, like I'm not going to play for 14 hours. I'm going to play maybe for 1 hour. You know, like I'm going to make slower progress. But why do you need to get it tomorrow? Why can't you wait 2 weeks, right? Instead of 14 hours, you could play 1 hour a day and then get it 14 days from now. Yeah, it's going to take longer. And also, who knows? Sometimes you might spend an hour, but then something happens and you get higher quality and it actually goes faster because you get like a good group that like, or you get lucky with like an NM spawn or a drop. Like you don't actually have to spend 14 hours. You might just happen to get it after 3 hours. Like that happens. You had to stop playing WoW because I couldn't do all my dailies for power progress. Oh, that's the thing, is like, you don't have to do all your dailies. They're there for when you're ready, but you do not have to. There is nobody holding a gun to your head saying you need to make full power progress tomorrow. Like no, you can take a break. I've been taking a break from WoW. I do not want to miss the Burning Crusade. Obviously, Wrath of the Lich King is really good content, but I do not want to skip the Burning Crusade. I really do not want to miss it. I think we have plenty of time. I'm not quite ready to log in just yet. I kind of burned out during the pre-patch. I got the best gear, the best PvP gear. I mean, the best gear that I could grind from Battlegrounds. I got the best Battlegrounds gear during the pre-patch, and then I burned out. And I'm like level 62 now, or like almost level 62 on my warrior. And I think it's gonna be like I need to kind of go a little slower. And I think I need to take a little bit more of a break. Like maybe we'll start playing again next month. I think it'll be like a summer of WoW, you know. But you know, we got other things to do on stream. I'm not just a WoW player. I'm not just a chess player. I'm not just a checkers player. I'm not just. I mean, I am a just chatting streamer, but that is so all encompassing. Like, we can do fitness streams. We can do WoW streams. We could do Final Fantasy 11 streams. We could do chess streams. We could do World of War. We can do checkers. We can do Shang-Chi. We can do Go. We can do Shogi. We can do art. Like I want to get started with acrylic painting, and so and now I have more space. Now we can actually do acrylic painting. I can do it like I can set up the camera so that we can do it like Bob Ross style. That's going to be good content, and I have a long way to go with painting specifically. I'm not even that good at drawing, and we're going to do more drawing streams too. But I think I want to start doing painting, like at least once a week. Like do drawing a couple days a week, and then do painting like at least once a week. And we'll do a painting stream. Like there's a lot of content to do. Like I unlocked freedom. It's not even just like I've had time. Like I've had time for many years, but time is only one variable. I didn't have the mental space, the psychological safety, the freedom of my environment, the support to actually make these things worthwhile. And now we do, and I'm really liking it. Hi Chevelle. Hi Chevelle, how you doing? How you doing? We're just chilling. I actually think I'm going to end the stream. We're not going to finish the tournament. I was going to try, but I'm getting hungry and I want to take a break. Been live for almost 3 hours. So I think it's like time to kind of call it. Yeah. I'm glad to have, there's also artwork over here. It's kind of interesting. What is going on here? There's some artwork over here too. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, well, thanks, Chevelle. Oh God, I just screwed up my tripod. Not really, but kind of. I gotta adjust it. Okay. Yeah, we got like, I got like the psychological freedom, the environmental freedom, the support, like the community freedom, like the mental freedom, and I got the same amount of times. Everyone has 24 hours in a day, right? So, and I have very, very few responsibilities. Like, it's insane. People would give anything to be in the situation I'm in right now. Like, it doesn't mean I have to, like, I'm gonna be forced to utilize it, but I think I'm gonna take advantage of it to improve my life, to build my career as a content creator, as a model, as an actress, as a writer, as a chess player. Like, I can't do all of it at once. I think right now the biggest thing I need to do is just stabilize. And that's kind of what I'm doing. That's why I like my live stream. My live stream is a place where I can process my life and process my feelings and process my thoughts. It helps me make sense of the world that I'm living in. And so, like, we're kind of starting with like a place of trying to stabilize and build a routine. Does it feel less heavy? Like, a million times less heavy. You know, I'm going to start going to the gym pretty soon. I'm getting like extra support. Like, I'm going to be able to get on a gym membership and go swimming, and they have a sauna. So it's like I'm going to get all healthy. I'm still working on the routines. Like, I'm making my bed every day. I'm keeping things tidy. I have to, like, you know, be very systematic about documenting my medication because they require it for compliance. And if I screw up compliance, it screws things up for the homeowner, which screws things up for me, because then I wouldn't, first of all, it would ruin that person's life. Well, maybe not ruin their life, but it would ruin this situation for that person. And also it would force me to live in a new situation, and I would have the same responsibilities. So the same problem would happen. And I don't want to risk that. So I do have responsibilities. I got to document my blood sugar and my medications. If I'm not on top of it, they have like compliance issues. And it's a lot of pressure, but I think it's going to be simpler than I think it is. They're going to make sure I don't fail. Like, they're here to make sure I succeed. They're not here to punish me. They're not here to pressure me. There is pressure, but they're here to support me, not to shove me down. They're here to make sure they want me. They have vested interest in me succeeding. I'm not the only one winning here. They get funding. Okay, like, they're investing in me too. So, like, they benefit. If I succeed, they succeed. So, you know, it's like it's a win-win, right? So, I have, like, you know, there's like a lot of new. I'm in a new town, and I've never lived in before, so it's like I got to explore around me. I'm kind of going slow. It's going to take time. I'm going to spend a lot of time. I have been leaving the room, and I have been leaving my house, but most of the time I'm going to be staying in the home because this room itself is already insanely bigger than the room I had in the trailer. Plus I have access to the house. Plus I have access to the backyard. And I'm going to show you, I did a live stream from the backyard. This is the backyard setup. Like, this is the stream setup I had. Okay, like, I got this beautiful backyard with a fire pit. There's like, I set up like a canopy so I can get protected from the sun or the rain. There's like trees that nobody can like see. Like my room is like completely invisible, basically. I haven't made. Okay, I need to not screw this up. And the thing is, I can't screw it up. They're not gonna let me. So even if I were to try to screw up my life, they're gonna prevent it. That's the thing. Obviously, it doesn't mean it's like guaranteed. I need to do the work, but it's like the work is like bare minimum. Okay, like it's not gonna be this terrible thing. I'm imagining that things are gonna be pressured because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to the survival environment of the trailer, of living with my dad. I don't have to live with him, and I don't want to see him ever again. I still, hopefully, I got a few like maintenance things and paperwork things I got to do, but hopefully I don't have to see him again. I'm definitely not setting foot in the trailer again. That's not going to happen. I don't ever want to set foot in that trailer again. I don't want to see my dad again if at all possible. That ship has sailed. I stopped caring about him. I don't care. I mean, I wish him the best, but he made his own bed in life. He had choices to make, and he made the ones that make his life miserable. His health is deteriorating. His behavior is terrible. He treats people like garbage. I don't think there's any saving him. I tried because I care about him, because he's my dad. But there's a point where you start investing into someone so much and they're not going to change, and you're only hurting yourself. And that's what was happening. I was trying to help him because it breaks your brain when you meet somebody who is completely dead set on destroying their body and destroying their life and makes all the choices that are in opposition to their success and into their health. It breaks your brain because the default, I think, for most people is to improve their life. And when you see somebody that's doing the opposite, you want to help them. And you can't because they don't want help. And they will actually fight you when you try to help them. And it'll just hurt me. And it was. Being around that every single day was breaking my brain because I'm the complete polar opposite. I always strive for better. I always strive for, like, what can I do better? How can I treat people better? What thing can I learn? What skill can I improve at to make my life better and to make others' lives better? That is the polar opposite of him. And it breaks your brain when you are around somebody that you want to help so much, but will fight you when you try to help them. It is a drain. It is a complete, it's like a vampire. And it's hard for people to understand, especially some of my viewers might, roll their eyes at everything I just said, but you don't know the reality I've had to live with. You don't know the individual that I had to witness his downfall personally, day by day, and not being able to do anything to stop it. And also having my life get worse because of it. That was the double, that was the second knife in the heart, right? Not only was his life getting worse, I had to witness it, which is bad enough. It'd be one thing if I was living in this place of safety and I had to watch him doing this from far away, but I was living with him and I had to witness it firsthand, and my situation got worse because of it. So it was twofold. It destroyed my mental health. And I did whatever I could to stay sane. And maybe I have permanent brain damage. but I don't think it is. And I think, now I'm in a place where I can heal. And this is how I did it. Live streaming has been a huge, rock of this is something I can show up to and process and keep myself future oriented. I think that's the biggest thing for people who lose mental stability, is when you lose future orientation. And I knew in my soul, I'm going to get my surgeries. I'm going to get housing. I'm going to build my career. And a lot of it was because I was kept going live on Twitch and YouTube eventually. But I kept going live and I kept talking to the camera, reinforcing my future orientation. I'm going to get surgery. I'm going to get housing. I'm going to build my career. Those things were a daily reinforcement. I don't think they were delusions, because look at me now. This isn't a delusion, is it? I literally moved out of the trailer and away from my dad. That is a fact. This is not a delusion. It worked. So it sounded like a delusion. It looked like a delusion, but I proved it wrong. I fought hard and I made this happen. And now there's never going back. I'm supported for life, and it's only going to improve. And I'm going to have the space to improve my career. I want to grow as a model and as an actress and as a content creator. I want to get involved with the chess community, build that hobby, actually get out into the community, maybe teach some people some chess. I already am. I'm teaching one of my workers how to play chess. Because they've never played chess, or never understood how to play it. And I'm going to help them understand it. I may not be the strongest player in the world, but I know how to help people understand, put pieces in place and make things click. That is a skill that is separate from playing ability. Hopefully I can improve my playing ability. I want to go to tournaments, but I can now. At least I feel like I can. Compared to before, I had the opportunity, but I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the capability. It was like a curse. I had all the time in the world, but I couldn't do anything about it, no matter how hard I tried. But I did try. And I think that's what kept my mental stability. Even though, there were rough times. There was times I went to the psych ward. There were times that I was binge smoking weed. There were sometimes I would get drunk. I would spend a lot of time on social media and possibly ruin my reputation online. With delusional rants on Discords that I probably don't even remember, saying things that probably, might ruin my career. I don't know. Who knows? I don't think that's possible. I mean, look at all the people who are literally out there spouting the most vile shit on social media, and they have full figure, 6-figure incomes on YouTube, I don't, they're not getting canceled. I don't think I'm going to get canceled. I think I need to stop blaming that as my lack of success. I need to actually do the work. I need to stop imagining all these false things as reasons why I'm not succeeding, because that is a delusion. And I need to work with the hard reality is that I just suck. I'm not entertaining. I don't make good content, and I need to work on that. And that's the game. It's a challenge. It's not an impossibility. It's not a moral failing. It's not a personality trait. It is just a challenge. That's it. And now I'm starting to see it that way. And it's I think my world is going to open up so much more than I thought it was possible. And I just thank you all for joining me on this journey and being here through a lot of this. Some of you have been here longer. Some of you have just joined. I hope that we can really fight for a better channel and make better content and hopefully lift each other up. That's really what my goal is. Not just to make content, but to improve people's lives. Even though I don't really have a lot of agency in that, but at least I can try and inspire people at the very least. Or at least give people like, something to take a break from their own journey. Just like hang out on my channel and like watch my videos and maybe laugh, maybe learn something. I don't know. I can't really control the outcome. What I can do is I can control my output. And it's going to take a long time. It's going to take time and effort. And it's not going to happen overnight. It might, but most likely it's going to be dedicated effort, small adjustments over time. And I have that capability now. And I'm excited. Anyway, thanks for joining, and I hope to see you next time. I'm probably going to go live tomorrow. We might even be playing some WoW or some Final Fantasy 11, but I think I'm really enjoying checkers. I'm playing Russian checkers, also playing American checkers. I think we're going to stick with Russian checkers and American checkers. I think we're not going to... I don't want to spread myself too thin. I don't want to also play Brazilian checkers and international checkers. Maybe every now and then, but my primary focus is going to be on Russian checkers and American checkers. I think in that order. I think both of those have things to teach me about checkers thinking. They're both very different. They train different things. And I think playing both of those is going to be very useful for me as a checkers player. And we're going to continue to play chess, of course, obviously. Chess is not going anywhere. Don't ever worry about that. And I think we're going to eventually going to get back into a routine where it's like, I have like a consistent routine with my stream and with my life. I want to get back into art because I started art, but then it was in an environment where I was trying to cope through it. Art was helping me through that difficult waiting period until I wasn't sure when this would happen. It happened a month ago, but before then I didn't know when it was going to happen. And so until it actually happened, I was drawing. That's why I was doing drawing streams, art streams. And that doesn't mean I want to quit art. I spent a lot of money on the art supplies. Okay. Like I want to use them. Okay. But it's going to take a little bit of time and I need to give myself a little bit of a grace period. And I'm the kind of personality where if I feel like I'm a failure, I feel like I gave up on something just because I'm not doing it every single day. And it's like, calm down. Like, even if I waited another year, that would be perfectly fine. But I'm not. I'm gonna get started as soon as possible. Probably within the next month. We'll get into an art. At least once a week, I want to do an acrylic painting. I have some canvases, and so we can start using them. And I got paint. We got to use it. I got good brushes. We got to use them. Okay, and I can set up the camera now in much more space. I can do like a Bob Ross style setup. Like, that is exciting to me. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining today. I hope you enjoyed your stay. I'm glad to give good news about my life to some of my viewers that are just coming in. I'm excited to see where things go. So, see you later.